And you're on.
Hello viewers, it's Tammy2009 and I'm back here again with another MLP video. So, in my last two videos I made on this topic, I actually reviewed my update 3-print Diamond TR, which I'm super proud of, and the ever so cliche Spoiled Rich and Filthy Rich, her parents. But now we're going to be talking about another pony who I actually did upgrade, and that is none other than the main character of the show herself, Twilight Sparkle. Now, if you don't remember, I actually did do a 3-print Twilight Sparkle before. However, that's my old one, and I did the rest of the main 6, So, now, I didn't go that into detail when I was, ranking the main 6 from worst to best, but I would not say Twilight is the worst pony, and she's not actually bad. So, I'm actually going to do a better job talking about Twilight since I didn't go too in-depth, and my opinion might have been a little inaccurate, I don't know. So I'm going to try my best to do a better job at explaining why she's my least favorite pony of the entire show. So I'm actually going to talk about the 3 model itself, maybe do my negatives first, and then talk about a bit of the positives in between. So, and then I'm going to be doing comparisons to the more better, superior characters of the show. So, anyways, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy my opinion. And if you want to tell me your thoughts on why you do like Twilight, or if you say Twilight is one of your least favorites, please tell me in the comments. So, please tell me if you like Twilight or not. But anyways, let's get started. So here's the old Twilight and the new one. So what I did actually do here is I had to redesign this to so I think the main reason why I wanted to update Twilight was because I actually did make a few mistakes on here. So I think the biggest one is that I accidentally gave her Pegasus wings instead of Alicorn wings. Because if you don't
next
know,
to each other. Oh, yeah.
Twilight used to be a unicorn which had no wings like Starlight, but she ended up becoming an Alicorn in season 3 when she got wings.
Pretty.
Yeah, they do look a lot better now.
They're very nice wings.
I mean, I honestly thought that Pegasus and Alicorn wings are the same, but if you look, they actually are different. Cause
I can't believe the printer printed them that thin. It looks great.
I mean, I do have Celestia, Luna, and Cadence as well, and they're all Alicorns.
They have those thin wings like that?
Yeah, and basically they're bigger than Pegasus wings.
Did it print them without them breaking?
Yes.
Looks great.
It did mess up on the bottom, but I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Good job.
I mean, yeah, she does look a lot better now. This is a huge improvement.
It's way fancier.
Same thing with Diamond Tiara.
Dark color better too.
It's the same thing with Diamond Tiara where she did get better with
blow up.
Yeah, there are a few memes of that as well. Okay, so yeah.
That's what you say when someone's kind of an awkward teenager and then they grow up to be pretty.
Okay, so older. Other things is that this one is a little bit scraped and scratched, and it does have a little bit of paint smudges.
Is that one of the ones that got in the bin with all the others?
Yeah,
you had a whole lot that got kind of roughed up.
I think I may have had somewhere around 40 characters at the time. My collection has grown. I have made other characters, which is why I made Spoiled Rich and Filthy Rich, even though I didn't have any intentions to them.
Where are they at?
They're in the bin with all the other characters.
Are they all jammed in together, or are they standing up?
They're not all jammed together, just sitting around, not all of them are standing up. They're just
but they're not touching each other as much?
They're not getting scratched that much.
Gotcha.
I mean, the other ones are a bit worse for wear. Most of them are in the best condition. I would say the only ones that are in good condition here are Rarity and Rainbow Dash. So I'm happy for that. I don't know if I might touch up the other ones at some point, but
I could probably get you one more bookshelf like that where you could put them at.
Actually, that would be too much room, and that would cause me problems with
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, so plus my collection might grow even more since I have new characters coming along.
Gotcha.
So yeah. But anyways, yeah, the hair was a bit too light for me. This hair is actually supposed to be dark, and this purple stripe next to the magenta stripe is supposed to be lighter in this show.
A lot better.
The key mark isn't that goodly painted, but it's still recognizable. I would say the best ones who do have key marks are Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy. Rarities could be a little bit better, but it's still close enough. Most of these key marks are painted the best, but they're still nice. Especially Fluttershy, she's so adorable.
5 minutes.
Okay, so, anyways. Yeah, and another thing is that the leg did snap off, which is annoying as heck. I hate when that happens. Especially, it's even more tragic in real life.
Well, yeah, because then you have to shoot her.
Yeah. But, like, there are actually... One thing about My Little Pony is that there are some instances where these characters break their legs, but they do have hospitals and they put casts on them.
Oh. Do
So,
they have crutches?
Yeah, they're basically like, technically are the humans. There's no humans in My Little Pony, but if there were, she would be dead.
Are there nurses and doctors that are horses?
Yes, you got Nurse Redheart, who is my favorite. She's like Nurse Joy from Pokemon.
How do they do everything with no hands?
Most unicorns just have their magic. It's like they can like pick stuff up.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like telekinesis or 0 point energy.
Gotcha.
Which is what makes the unicorns magical.
Alright.
But yeah, you see that it's a little bit crooked. But thankfully the legs didn't snap off here, so it's more straight. Also, the pupils were the same color as the hair, but like... So, this one has like a more cleaner paint job. There's no smudges or scratches. Because it's literally brand spanking new.
The kitty mark looks great.
Yeah, it's a little bit better, but it might still be a little off. But like, it's still nice. And the wings are just what make me happy about this. And the darker hair, which is...
Yeah, it's pretty. It's glossy too.
Like, this makes her design a little bit better. So, now I'm actually going to talk about why Twilight is my least favorite. So, obviously, I did talk about the hair design. It's not one of my favorites, but it's still good. Like, but honestly, it's not one of my favorites.
Bangs don't look good on anyone.
Like, even Starlight Glimmer looked like Twilight when she was first introduced. She just had the longer hair at the back. And the
but
longer
those
tail.
straight across bangs are just not good.
Like, if you look at all the main six, they look cute and adorable. Especially Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash has the most gangsterous design. Like, you look at this and you look at these other characters and, like, personally, I don't think Twilight stands out compared to the other characters, which is the biggest problem I have with her. Like, also, she's basically, like, I think the biggest reason I don't like Twilight as much is that she's basically dull, boring, and flat in terms of personality. Like, she has a personality, but she doesn't really have that much to her. Like, whenever she's, like, integral to the plot, she doesn't really do much. Like, all I know is that she's the princess of friendship and that she's the main character, but, like, what else is there to her? Like, really, all the other characters in My Little Pony have something going on for them. Like, you got Rarity, who is the childish one, who only cares about fashion. Well, yes, Rarity can be boring to most people, but at least she still has more personality and she's more entertaining. Like, I do know that she's Mr. Incredible's least favorite character, which I do respect that opinion, but Rarity's just one of my favorites. Then you got Fluttershy, of course, who's the shy and timid one, and the one who gets scared too easily, but she learns to overcome her fears. Like, most of these characters, like, have reasons, like, and then you understand where they're coming from. You have Pinkie Pie, who's the cute and adorable one, who's the high, energetic one. You have Rainbow Dash, who's pretty much the tomboy of the group. She has a nice, spunky personality, and she's a little bit egotistic. But hey, she's awesome, which is why she's my favorite character. And then of course you have Applejack, who is the farm girl of the group. She has a nice country accent. However, my top three of the main six are Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash because they have the cutest voices and they're the most behaved. Like, they do have problems. Like, I'm not saying that any of these characters are at default here. Like, Twilight actually does have a few flaws, which is very nice. I'm happy that she does. Like, I know there are most Mary Sues in, like, cartoons, where, like, you have the two different types of Mary Sues. Like, if you don't know what that is, it's basically, like, they're happy all the time, or they're just, like, tough and, like, can kick butt easily with no, like, amount of struggles. Like, so I'm just glad that Twilight does have flaws, and, like, oh yes, her character personality, like, is boring, but she's not cliche, like, spoiled rich and filthy rich, where she just, like, has one character trait. Like, she does have her own flaws. Like, she can be a bit annoying because she's a little stressful. And I think Twilight can be a bit, like, immature sometimes. Like, she does do a little bit of bad things, like, if you don't know what I mean. Now, there's some good in her, but, so, like, she is Starlight's teacher after all, and I think one of the biggest, like, reasons, like, why she can be immature is, like, she tries to, like, separate Starlight and Trixie from being friends, because Trixie was not the nicest pony. She was a bit jealous of Twilight.
10 minutes.
But, anyways. Yeah, I think that was a bit rude of Twilight to do, but, like, you would think that, like, after Magic Duel, she gave Trixie a second chance, so, like... Anyways, But I do like the fact that she gave wings. But, like, one problem I do have is, like, she does go through a little bit of character development, but her character personality doesn't change. Like, I don't know, like, what else there is to Twilight about her, but... Anyways, I actually love Starlight more than Twilight, because, like, if Starlight didn't exist, Twilight would, like, probably weigh the show down and because of how boring.
Are they friends with each other?
Yes, all these main six are friends with each other, and they do make a great team, like, together. Like, they have a great team dynamic where they, like, are all friends, but, like, these characters are, like, more funnier than Twilight Sparkle. Like, now, the only good things about Twilight is that she's a little bit funny. Like, she does make a couple good jokes, but, like, every time she's integral to the plot, she doesn't really do much. Like, in Friendship is Magic, like, there are a few other episodes. Like, I would say my favorite episodes are Magical Mystery Cure and Lesson Zero. So
Lesson Zero?
Yeah.
What's it about?
So it's about Twilight having this huge panic attack about being tardy, like, trying to solve a friendship problem and being late. And, like, she goes through this, like, mental breakdown, like...
It's just anxiety?
Yeah. Like, I think the biggest thing that I cracked up at is when she had a, like, crazy face. Like, she looks super creepy, like, the way she smiled. She looked like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Like Sheldon, like, when they tell him to smile and he goes...
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, her pupils were a bit small and...
Right.
She, like, has this mental breakdown.
That's
like,
my favorite part of Big Bang Theory is when Sheldon tries to smile, it's the creepy smile. It's like, no.
Like, when she's, like, hanging out with the Q Crusaders, like, she, like, tries to get them... I don't know. I don't remember that much about Lesson Zero. I just think it's funny.
Gotcha.
And there was all these ponies who were, like, fighting over this stuffed toy that Twilight had called Smarty Pants, and I thought it was pretty funny. And, then there's the Ticketmaster who, like, that episode is pretty much what made the show get more and more funny, because, like, the whole episode is just about Twilight having these 2 tickets to the Grand Galloping Gala, but she can't decide which friend to take.
The Grand what?
Grand Galloping Gala.
That's
it's pretty much a party. But yeah, she has, like, 5 friends, but only 2 tickets.
Right, and she has to decide who to take.
Yeah, and then the main 6 all argue about who to take.
Who does she end up taking?
All of them. So basically, she writes a letter to Celestia asking to return the tickets, and Celestia writes back and saying, "Why didn't you say so?" and then gives her more tickets.
That's cool.
But yeah, anyways. Now, what does carry the show for me is Starlight Glimmer,
13
obviously.
minutes.
But her friends are what make seasons 1 through 4 and the later seasons. So they are more funnier. They bounce off each other very well. One thing about certain shows is that the main character might not always be the best, but, like, the comic relief for the other characters, like, side characters, are what carry the show. Like, well, yes, there might be some protagonists that are unlikable, but there are a few comic relief characters who do make the shows more funnier. Like,
there's regular shows that are like that too.
They just add, they add moral support.
Right.
However, when they are interacting with Twilight, they are more funnier. Like, I think a few examples would be like in Testing 1 2 3, which is one of my favorite Rainbow Dash episodes. Like, Rainbow Dash is one of my favorite. Is actually my favorite character. So, in Testing 1 2 3, Twilight basically helps Rainbow Dash study for this test she has to take. But because of Rainbow Dash, like, Twilight is just, like, having this boring lecture of, like, the Wonderbolts and whatnot, and, like, Rainbow Dash is just being...
The Wonderbolts?
Yeah, they're these, like, they're basically the Blue Angels, but they're cute ponies.
Gotcha.
Anyways, Twilight is teaching Rainbow Dash, but Rainbow Dash... Yeah. Okay, back to what I was saying, so...
Just making sure.
When Twilight is teaching Rainbow Dash, like, how you would in school, Rainbow Dash is just being disruptive, not paying attention, spitting spit wads at Twilight, and basically, like, doing that, and, like, but then the main 6, like, help her, like, study, but, like, none of their motivations work, and they overwhelm Rainbow Dash. Like, sometimes Rainbow Dash can be overwhelmed a bit, especially when her parents are being supportive and supporting her for being a Wonderbolt and cheering her on. But I'm gonna say, like, Rainbow Dash has the best parents in the show. Like, Bo Hothoof and Windy Whistles are great.
What's her name?
Rainbow Dash's parents are named Bo Hothoof, which is her dad, and...
Bo what?
Bo Hothoof, her father.
Bo Hothoof?
Yes.
Okay.
And Windy Whistles, who is her mom. Like, those two are awesome parents. Like, they raise Rainbow Dash.
With names like that, how could you not be awesome?
I don't know.
That's great. Bo Hothoofs.
I mean, I do like Twilight's parents.
Is he handsome?
I don't know. Like,
you don't know?
but they're definitely got best designs, especially Windy Whistles.
Right.
Anyways, I do like Twilight's parents, Twilight, Velvet, Nightlight. I love her siblings, Shining Armor, and her in-law, Princess Cadence, and their baby, Flurry Heart.
Right. Flurry Heart's the best.
So, I mean, I just think it's cute to have, like, Shining Armor and Cadence, like, Shining Armor's Twilight's brother, and Cadence was her full sitter, which is a nice connection. Like, it just brings them closer together.
Her full sitter, like babysitter?
Yeah.
Aww.
Now, one thing that I'm not a huge fan of in the Candlelight Wedding is, like, when all the other main characters are excited, Twilight is the only one who's not excited. She's just like, okay, whatever. Like, she's not happy. Like, I don't know why she would be happy that her own brother and her soon-in-law full sitter are getting married. Like,
full sitter, I love that.
you would think that, like, I mean, those three got along together great. Like, Shining Armor and Twilight only had, like, one falling out where Shining Armor gets mad at her for yelling at Cadence. For, like, accusing her of, like, casting spells on him, which, spoiler alert, Cadence is Queen Chrysalis in disguise.
So she really was casting spells?
Yes, so Twilight was in the right, but, like, everyone's
Right.
still, like... But imagine if she yelled at the real Cadence, then there would be problems. So, yeah. And then there's Amending Fences, where she ditches her friends, including Moon Dancer, but she goes back to, like, amend her fences like the episode applies.
Right.
Like, she just pretty much does what the plot requires to do.
The names are clever.
But yeah, basically the side characters are what carry the show for me. Like, I don't know how you make a show where the main character doesn't really have that much to do, but the other characters are awesome and they carry the show.
Right.
Especially Starlight Glimmer, which is, like, how you basically make Twilight Sparkle done right. Like, I think Starlight has a better dynamic than Twilight. Like, she is more funnier. Like, she has a better voice. Like, the other thing is that Twilight's voice is sort of generic in my opinion. Like, I don't know how much longer we're in.
17 minutes.
Okay, we're doing great, so.
We are?
Yeah. I was worried that we might run out of time.
My hand is starting to hurt, but okay.
Okay, so. I actually do like the fact that she's played by Tara Strong, who did voice other characters like Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, Dill from Rugrats, and Timmy Turner from the Fairly Odd
Tara
Parents.
Strong is also on Littlest Pet Shop.
And Teen Titans and Unikitty.
Yeah.
So I do like the fact that Tara Strong voices Twilight. She does do a pretty nice job, though Twilight's voice doesn't really stand out compared to the others. Like, for example, Applejack has a nice country accent. I don't know what Rary's ethnic stereotype is. Anyways, I like how bubbly and energetic Pinkie Pie is. Fluttershy pretty much has the voice of an angel. Are you...
Literally, or just you like her, so you're saying that?
No,
or,
she's literally the most adorable...
I know, but are they trying to make her sound like an angel, or you just really like her voice?
I just really love her voice.
Okay,
So,
what are they trying to make her sound like?
a nice calming and soothing person.
Gotcha.
I mean, she's pretty much the silent one of the group, but she's still, like... I mean, she only gets, like, higher when she's angry
It's
or,
like melodic.
scared.
Right?
Or when she's crying.
Aw.
Anyways, Rainbow Dash has the best gangsterous raspy voice anyone could ever imagine.
Okay.
But Twilight just sounds a little bit basic, like a few other characters. Like, while yes, Cadence and Starlight do have the same voice as Twilight, they just sound more adorable. Like, I think Starlight in Season 5 did have sort of a menacing voice, but she still sounded pretty cute. Though, I like her Season 6 voice and design, because she really feels like a new character. Like, you can hardly tell that it's Starlight from Season 5, though they do allude to the fact that she was evil before. So, however, Twilight was good from the start. She just, like, had a lot to learn about friendship. Like, when she made all the friends, like, she was a little bit skeptical at first, like, hesitant, but she then, like, agreed to be their friends after they went on this crazy adventure together. And was there to stay. And I think all the adventures the main six have are nice. Twilight, I just feel like Twilight is sort of a slog to get through sometimes. Like, she's not that boring, but she's not, like, cliche either. Like, but she is still pretty okay at times. I'm just not a huge fan of her. So, anyways. Yeah, she just does whatever the plot requires. Like, she's not a plot device per se, but, like, she's not really used for the plot. She just does whatever the plot tells her to do. Like, I mean, she doesn't have a bad dynamic, like a bad character dynamic. All she does is learn about friendship, and she reads books, which is probably one of the reasons why Rainbow Dash ridicules her. I mean, basically, like, the main six are, like, what carry the show. And, like, even Spike, who's the comic relief. May I also say that the comic relief is what, like, makes the show more funnier? Like, adds moral support. So, anyway. Alright. So, I think that's all I have to say about Twilight Sparkle herself. So, in conclusion, I don't think she's that bad of a character. But, like, I'm just happy that the other main characters are, like, pretty much, like, this is one of the only few shows where the main character's not my favorite. Like, when it comes to, like, shows, the main character's always my favorite. Like, if you ask me who my favorite Thomas character is, I'm gonna say, obviously, Thomas. You ask me, like, who my favorite Pixar protagonist is, I'm gonna say Lightning McQueen from Cars. But he still is the main character. You ask me who my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character is, obviously, Sonic the Hedgehog himself.
Obviously.
Like, I don't know what it is with me, like, in the main characters over the side characters. Like, the side characters are always great, but, like, this is, like, one of the only other shows where, like, the side characters are my favorite. Mainly Rainbow Dash herself. She's awesome, and I think she had the best development out of every character.
Only
like,
2 minutes.
While, yes, she still is the same personality, and so is Twilight. They still have a great dynamic. Though it's clear which ones are the better characters. These 5 right here. Personally, honestly, if Starlight didn't exist, the show would have, like, fallen apart and gone downhill thanks to Twilight. So Starlight is pretty much like the glue that holds the show, and without her, the show would just break. And if it weren't for these guys, like, right here, these awesome characters, the show would not have been the same. Like, these guys, like, make the most, like, greatness out of the show, like, which is one of the reasons why I am a huge fan of the show, and it's my second favorite next to Thomas. Though, I wouldn't say Twilight doesn't deserve to exist. She's still pretty nice, like, occasionally. Like, she does have a few good jokes. Like, she is a bit funny at times. She can be a bit good at a few times, like, especially in Magical Mystery Cure Lesson 0 the Ticketmaster. And she does do a little bit of good things. She's just not one of my favorite characters. Though, if you do like Twilight, I respect your opinion. If you want to do your own video on why you like Twilight and send it to me, please tell me in the comments below. Because I would be interested to know what your thoughts are on Twilight. And if there are any other characters you like here, tell me in the comments. Like, I have these guys to thank for helping me love the show. Like, these 5 here are what carry the show. Like, I'm surprised Twilight made these friends and they're all great. Like, I think Twilight picked the best friends in the show. Like, these 6 are all awesome. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I apologize for the camera work, but my back's hurt and I can't stand still that long, so it's kind of wobbly at the end.
Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next time for more. Bye!